Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm Amanda Fowler of inspiringinkin.com. In today's video we're going to be making this desk tidy. A crafter's desk is always messy, mine messier than most I'm sure, and I just wanted to make something that would keep things a little bit tidier for me. So I've designed this tidy. It's got two smaller pockets at the front and a larger one at the back. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that Tombow is absolutely my glue of choice. So this is designed, this first pocket, to have two Tombows in there, and I store them upside down. It just makes the glue run better. And this front section is also designed to fit a 3-inch square post-it notes. And then obviously things like your scissors and your bone folder and your other glues and things can go in the back. So let's get started. The measurements, all of the measurements will be on my blog, www.inspiringinkin.com. So you can write them down as we go, but if you just look at the links below, you'll see a direct link to my website where you can find all of the details. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece of, this is Night of Navy. It's 10 inches by 10¼ inches square, and I just need to make sure that I've got it the right way round. So I want the 10-inch piece at the top. I'll just move this down a bit, hopefully be able to see the lines a bit better. And I'm going to score it at 2 inches and at 8 inches this way. And then flip it around, so this time you've got the 10¼ inches, and we're going to score at 5 and at 7. So that's going to be for the main section. Then you're going to have two smaller pieces. This piece is 5 inches by 4¾ inches. With the 4¾ inches piece at side at the top, you're going to score at 1 inch and at 3¾ inches. Then turn it round so the 5 inch is at the top, and you're going to score it at 2 inches and 3 inches. And then this piece is 6¼ inches by 5¼ inches. So with the 5¼ inch piece at the top, you're going to score at 1 inch and at 4¼ inches, and then with the 6¼ inch at the top, you're going to score it at 3¼ and 4¼ So these are the three pieces that are scored to make the box itself. On the back there is an additional piece of cardstock here. It gives the back a bit more stability, and then a designer series paper layer, and obviously you need some more for the inside and here. So I'll just give you those measurements now. So this back piece, so this is an extra piece of cardstock, it doesn't need scoring, but this one is 5¾ by 4¾ and then you're going to need one strip of designer series paper. It's 12 inches long and 1¾ inches wide, and then two pieces, so that's for the inside here and the back, and they are 5½ by 4½, and I've got two pieces. So that's all the scoring that we need. So I can get rid of the scoreboard. We just need to reinforce all of these score lines that we've made. Best thing to use is a bone folder, and just to run it over, you get some nice crisp folds. And then there's the last piece. So you're going to make each one of these into a box. So I'm just cutting the 2 small flaps here. And if you trim a little bit off these flaps, so you're actually just cutting a tiny sliver, a little tiny triangle, it just makes the folding that bit easier. There's not quite so much cardstock to get tucked in. I'll just do that one as well. Okay, so this box is this little box here. And we're just going to use a little bit of Tombow. Oh, new Tombow. So I'm going to use quite a lot of Tombow there. It runs out when it's new. You just don't need to squeeze it as much. That one, and then again, yeah, there we go. And then I'm just making sure which way round I'm folding. I just like these edges to go the same way. So that's there, so that's going to tuck in there. So that's one little box. This is actually the Tombow box. Then we're going to do exactly the same with this one. Now here's my template, and because it's actually for this box, so we've actually got a diagonal line here. What we need to do is just mark this up and just cut these little sections off. Now it's actually 1 1/4 inches from the top, and I use my grid paper. Obviously you can use a ruler if you've got a ruler, but I just use my grid paper. So I'm just going to mark that there, and the same this way, so 1 1/4. And because it's not a long cut, I'm just going to do it with my scissors rather than getting the trimmer out. There we go. And then we're going to make the box in exactly the same way. So you're just going to cut up for the 2 small sections here. Trim those little slivers away. And then fold these pieces up. Glue on there like that, and then just a little bit of glue here. So you're just wrapping that around. So again, that one. Tombow dries so quickly, it's amazing really. And it's very strong. Okay, so that's my second box. So now to the back, and again the back is also cut on an angle. Now that measurement is 1 3/4 inches, so I'm just going to do exactly the same. So measure it at 1 3/4 inches, and just do a little pencil line, and the same again. And then what I just do, just to double check, because this piece is going to be lining up here, I just want to double check that the line is going to follow, and it is. Good. Measuring was good. And again, we're going to make exactly the same cuts. This is such a straightforward sort of concept, and you can make lots of different boxes and things just by using this method. Measure the item that you want and just wrap it around. So there we go. Just the little slivers off again. I'm going to put this down because it's a bit easier to do it. It's a bigger box. I'm holding it. So that piece is going there, and that's like that. And I'm just going to wrap this around the front on both sides. There we go. So now I'm going to just decorate the back with the back panels. I want to put the DSP on first. Straighten that up. And then we'll put this one in as well. It just brightens up the inside of the box, having the DSP layer in there. It's quite dark colour cardstock. Okay, so that's the decorating for the back and the inside. Now these two boxes fit on the front, and if I hold it, if I hold it up, you'll see that they just fit. They are almost overlapping the edges, and we want them to be really flat against the edges. And it's just because you've got extra layers of cardstock here. So what you want to do is when you put them together, you're going to really press them well together, and then it will give you nice edges on the sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting glue on the square shaped box side, because that's going to go there, and then I'm going to put glue on the back of both of them. So this one's going to go on first, and I'm going to make sure it's really square on the sides and on the base, so it sits nice and flat on the table. And then glue on this one. And then that's going to push in up against that one. And don't worry if a little bit of glue sort of oozes out. You can use a glue eraser and just get rid of that. Better to have too much glue on and it be stuck securely than not enough and it pings apart. So give that a really good press, and then just on this edge, what you're just going to do is just press it down just a little bit, and it makes it nice and square on this edge and square on this edge. It almost looks like it bulges a little bit here, but that's fine, and it will sit nice and tightly. Okay, so that's all done. So the very last thing to do is to put the border around. So what we're going to do to position this is, I'm not actually going to do any scoring. I'm just going to sort of curve it around the box. If I bring in the original one, you'll be able to see that 12 inches goes exactly round, leaving a little border here. So I know if I start at this edge here and just press it on that corner and press it on that corner, it will take it round exactly. So once I've sort of pressed those pieces in, then I can use my bone folder and just reinforce that crease a little bit. Go steady, designer paper, because it's got a white core, you don't want to be really rough with it and actually crack the paper. So just go gently. That's it. Okay, so plenty of Tombow on this bit, and then I can get the ribbon out and we'll be done. Okay, so that's going on there. Put it on nice and straight. Okay, and get the ribbon. I use washi tape to stick my ribbon down. It just means I can always find the end of the ribbon. So let's just pull that piece off. Stops it unravelling as well and rolling about and spending half your life putting the ribbon back on the roll. Okay, now the easiest way is to secure this a little bit in the back. I'm actually putting my hand on the inside so I can actually get the snail to run. You could use a glue dot, that will work equally as well. Find the middle of the ribbon and it just secures it at the back enough so when you pull it round it doesn't slip. Obviously you can tie a knot or a bow, whatever your preference is. This is the seam binding ribbon. It's really easy to tie. It's really light but gives a really nice bow and it's a bit shiny as well, which I like. So let's just pull that and that one a little bit, tighten it up at the edges, a little jaunty angle, and there you go. Okay, so there is my second desk tidy for my glue and my post-it notes, and here's the original one. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that you've seen or for more creative inspiration, please pop over to my blog www.inspiringinkin.com. You'll also find me on Facebook and Pinterest under Inspiring Inkin. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.